Snakes. My name is Dante, and today it's Podcast Tuesday once again. And you know what? It seems that game night is finally back. So it seems that the reason why we didn't get any game night sets last year and the year before was probably because of COVID. And because of COVID, they did not want to release a product that you know made uh like like five people get together and play a multiplayer game. That's what I guess why they didn't release a new game night set this year. But well, game night is finally back, so we just gotta uh so and yeah, and because of this, um so yeah, finally back. Well, probably because there's no COVID anymore. But well, okay. Um, so because of this, the mythics have already been spoiled. Like the mythic card from each of these decks have already been spoiled, and now I'm gonna, um, review basically the mythic from this year, and compare it to the mythic of the same color from 2018 and 2019, and see which one of the two is better. So also we got a combo and a non-bow with the luminous broodmoth. So let's first go into the combo, which I actually found this on an MTGA stream. So if you've been watching my channel live, then you then you know. So yeah, it is. We got luminous broodmoth for Mothra, flashback marauder, or any of these. Playcrafter was the best one to use because, and then Solemnity. So basically, Mothra basically gives your creatures flight undying. Basically, whenever a creature you control doesn't fly dies, bring it back with a flying counter. Solemnity stops cards from getting counters. And players, basically anything that isn't the Planeswalker cannot get counters. And the flashback marauder, well, when into the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. There's another one that basically is each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. And then the best way to do it, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. If each player who can't discards a card. Do this, well, the flashback marauder way to do, the basic, wipe out their board of creatures. The second step you could do basically wipe out opponents creatures and planeswalkers. And the best way to do it with the Playcrafter, wipe out the opponent's creatures, planeswalkers, and the hand. That's just insane. Like, because you know how it works. You have the flashback. You cast flashback marauder or enter the battlefield. Each player sacrifices a creature. You sacrifice flashback marauder. The opponent sacrifices something. Now flashback marauder dies. Bring it back. Put a flying counter on it. You don't put a flying counter on it because of Solemnity. Do the trigger again. Each player sacrifices a creature, and you do this. You do this. It's like an infinite combo, or board wipe basically. But yeah, let's go in to the non-bow, and it is. What? There we go. Well, okay, so be careful of playing Luminous Broodmoth in a flight deck, because, well, Luminous Broodmoth isn't the type of card that you'd use to try and make your things fly. Luminous Broodmoth is there to try and save your creatures, and basically, they have to they're using the you use this and then you can do some interactions with it, but it's not a way to it's not a way that for basically to um So yeah, yeah. Basically, it's not a way to get like creatures fly. So basically, don't play these in the same deck. You know, play levitation, uh, or because luminous burn-off is not the type of card you play in a deck with flying creatures. It's a deck. It's a thing where you can play with creatures that sacrifice themselves that don't fly. And then loop it because it doesn't say whenever creature you control without a flying counter dies. It's you know, it's whenever creature without flying dies. Not related to counters. So yeah, you should pay attention to that when you're using this card. Anyways, we'll be back with the 2018 cards. All right, 2022 versus 2018. So we got 5 cards there. So 5 cards for 2018 and 5 cards for 2019. Comparing them with the new 2022 cards. So this is where we begin. There, we'll make our way from old to from basically like the 2018 and then 2019. But yeah, so we'll basically do it fair. Do it like a white card versus white card, blue card versus blue card, and black card. And then we just compare. Let's go into number 10. It is Zamrio, Seraph of Steel. So that is the new white card for the game night for this year. It's a legendary 3/4 angel with flying, and as long as it's your turn, your equipped creatures have indestructible. Now, this is the 2018 card. Militant Angel. 5 out of 3/4 angel with flying lifelink, and when it enters the battlefield, create a number of 2/2 knights with vigilance equal to number of opponents you attack this turn. Okay, so um, 2018, all of the mythics interacted with having multiple opponents, and they basically do things for each opponent you had. For example, the black one would bring back zombies depending on how many opponents you had, or this one would create knights depending on the opponents that you've attacked. Oh, sorry. The red one would create goblins depending on your opponents. How many opponents you have. The blue one would draw you cards for each opponent that you have. And then the green one would become cheaper for each opponent that you have, and then let each player search for 2 cards. Like a group hug card, but also would be cheaper for the opponent. It's like they were like the commander lands. You know what I mean? But yeah, these were basically like the mythics. So okay, Milton Angel is only good for multiplayer. Now Zamrio might actually be the card that you could use in a 1v1, but because of its interaction, basically your equipments, you equip creatures, you would play like a Voltron type of deck by stacking equipments onto one creature, and then basically and this would actually go well in this type of deck. Now Militant Angel, however, is the type of card that you use in your multiplayer tokens deck. You could pair this with Anointed Procession or Parallel Lives, maybe even Doubling Season, and you'd basically and you also play this in a type of deck that has melee cards, or tends to attack a lot and splits their attacks. So Milton Angel is great, but they're both 3/4 angels. Milton Angel has lifelink, but it costs 1 more mana than Zamrio. Zamrio's legendary, and so you could actually have it as your commander. So I think the new one's better for white, than the 2018. Let's go to number 9. Now we go for the blue. Did I not change it? Okay, never mind. Yeah, try changing it, but okay, we got Maeve, Insidious Singer. 4 mana, 3/4 legendary siren with 3 mana. go target creature. Whenever that creature attacks one of your opponents this turn, you draw a card. Versus the 2018 one. Inspired Sphinx. 7 mana 5/5 Sphinx with flying. When it enters battlefield, draw cards draw cards equal to the number of opponents you have. 4 mana to create a 1/1 Thopter with flying. Okay. So so basically here's a so basically here's the thing. Inspired Sphinx is it's the only card in the 2018 Game Night pack, and one of 2 Game Night cards that have actually been reprinted. This one was reprinted in the Kaldheim Commander deck, so that is one thing you should pay attention to. So this is a 2018 blue one, so Inspired Sphinx. Now, so here's the thing. Maeve only has like one ability, which basically is an ability that you'd use during the opponent's turn to go to the creatures and basically you can divert the creatures away from you, and then they'll just and then the opponent will hit another of your opponents, and it will draw you cards. 3 mana will draw you card. You will basically, for 3 mana, it will allow you to draw a card and divert one creature away from you, by having it attack another opponent, by selecting a creature. And then but if you want the extra card, you have to do this during the opponent's turn, during that player's turn. You don't do this during your turn, unless if you're going to go to your own creatures. I don't suggest that, unless if you actually plan on attacking and you're going to attack. You do this to draw a card, but unless if you actually have floating mana that you have to spend that phase, then just save it until the opponent's turn and use that ability then. But then here's the thing. Inspired Sphinx already will draw you at least 3 cards. The normal commander game will have 4 players, so you have 3 opponents. You draw 3 cards if no one has died yet, But here's the thing. Sometimes you don't have the 3 opponents to play with. Okay, so sometimes you have only 2 opponents and you'd only draw 2 cards. Sometimes you're in a 1v1. This will only draw you 1 card. Now here's the thing. Maeve doesn't work in a 1v1 either, because golding in a 1v1 will have them attack you, but then golding in a multiplayer game will have them attack the opponent. So yeah, let's check the chat. Ooh, nothing. No. But yeah. But Inspired Sphinx has probably a better static ability. Activated ability. Sorry. For 4 mana, you can create a 1/1 Thopter. This is so. You can actually use this. So you can actually you can spam so many Thopters. You can, even use the Thopters. Probably you can eventually duplicate the Thopters, or even use them for mana, or and then eventually you can actually, do some cool tricks with the Inspired Sphinx. And this one's actually in the Kaldheim Commander deck, so knowing this card got reprinted probably means it was good, probably the best out of the 5, for 2018. Now let's go into the black one. So let's go in and check out the 2020 versus 2018 black. What? Okay, yeah. There we go. Vogar, Necropolis Tyrant. This is a new one. Raw Hulk is the 2018 one. Okay, so 5 mana 4/4 legendary zombie giant with menace, and whenever another creature dies during your turn, put +1/+1 counter on Vogar. Necropolis Tyrant. When it dies, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. Okay, this does not really seem that good. Unless, okay, so if you want to play with this one, okay, if this is your commander, then it's gonna be hard to put the plus ones on counters. If you put the plus ones on counters on this creature, like you're gonna need like another color because black isn't really good at doing that. So because it's too specific for another creature to die during your own turn. So you play this with sacrifice. Now sacrifice is you yourself sacrificing. Unless if you have some combos and stuff, not really suggested. Best if you try and do this with the opponents, sacrificing. But no, okay. So because if wait, that doesn't mean it has to be your creature. You can wait. You play this with removals, okay? Play this with board wipes and giving this card indestructible. Now you can get so many counters on this, grow this, and then eventually you can like pop it and draw cards, or you can just kill people with it. So Rothulk, however, is a 2018 card. Now I don't remember there being. Oh yeah, there are actually. Never mind. There actually are some big zombies, and plus there is a trick. Use this with Morophon and changelings. Morophon is actually a zombie as well, but okay, there are actually big ones like Fratsamundor, for example, or yeah, but yeah, Rothulk, 7 mana 5/5 zombie with menace. When enters battlefield, bring back bring back X zombies from your graveyard to battlefield, where X is the number of opponents you have. So, in a typical commander game, if no one died yet, you bring back 3 zombies from your graveyard to battlefield. I mean, zombies usually aren't that like big in mana cost, but the average is like 3 or 4 mana. You can get like 2 manas, sometimes 1 mana, like as low as it can. But then sometimes you'd have like the 6 mana, 7 mana, a zombie. But then you can use this with any card that basically 3 mana that, or any enchantment that makes your creatures into any type. So you choose zombie. Then with this, you can bring back any creature from your any creature from your graveyard. You can even like bring back some Eldrazi's with that trick. And or even there's actually a trick you can do with this. Respond to the ETB by sacrificing it, and then you can bring it back. So basically, you can use this with a sack outlet, and you can spam this creature. I think you can spam Rothulk, if I'm not wrong, because this is a zombie, doesn't say anything. It has to be another zombie, in fact, if you have a tribal zombie enchantment or something, which I don't know if it exists, you can cast Rothulk, ETB, sacrifice Rothulk to Altar of Dementia, mill the opponent for 5. Select. Oh no, wait, no, you cannot spam it. Never mind, because it targets. Since it targets, you cannot spam it. So, yeah, because if it was zombie cards, you could actually spam Rothulk. They made this card correctly. So yeah, let's just go into. But I think Rothulk is the better one. 2018 takes the win. For black. So let's say, for example, 2018 won for blue, and 2022 won for white, and 2018 won for black. Now let's go into the number 7, and it is we got Nogi, Draco Zealot. That is the new one. The 2018 one is Goblin Goliath. So, Nogi is a 3-mana free legendary Kobold Shaman. With your dragons cost 1 less to cast, and when attacks, if you control 3 or more dragons, on turn of turn, Nogi becomes a dragon with base power and toughness 5/5. And gains flying. Okay. So this card is built for dragon tribal, But it is not a dragon itself, So unless if you attack with this, which the thing is, this is a card that will make your dragons cheaper. So it isn't really suggested to attack with it, but the only way you can gain the dragon value of this card, because when you're playing a dragon tribal, your dragons interact with dragon cards, And this isn't a dragon, This is a kobold. So the dragon value will only be obtained, when you attack with Nogi. So, and yeah, you actually have to attack with it. So it's a 5/5 dragon flying, and now they can, block it. They can block Nogi, and you lose the extra value for dragon spells. But okay, now we got Goblin Goliath. This is a card I still don't understand what the activated ability does, but it's a 6-mana 5/4 Goblin Mutant. Once it's battlefield, create a number of 1/1 goblins, each equal to the number of opponents you have. 4 mana tapped. If a source you control would deal damage on an opponent's turn, it deals double that damage to that player instead. Oh wait, okay, yeah. This seems like a better card because for 4 mana and tapping it, you activate double damage to the opponent for this turn, That your things will deal double the damage. Anything. Any opponent. But only to opponents, It's not like your things will deal double damage. It's your things will deal double damage to opponents. And not to their creatures, But not to your own stuff, So you can actually, do Flame Rift, for example. It will hit the opponent for 8, but you will only hit yourself for 4, If you activate Goblin Goliath. But yeah, this will create 3 goblins in the ideal case scenario, no? It could be more, it could be less, but yeah. It will create you a good amount of goblins, But 3, 2, or 1, the standard numbers is not enough for a goblin deck. You will create more tokens, you need more tokens. So, you need to create, you need to use empty warrants that will create, 10 or 12 of those. Or Krenko that will just keep on duplicating, Or Mutzes will interact with lots of goblins, And other stuff that, interactive goblins that entered the battlefield this turn, But yeah. Goblin Goliath seems like a good one. Nogi seems like the wrong card to use, It's good for Dragon Tribal if this was always a dragon, But no. If it's not attacking, and only if it's attacking and you have 3 or more dragons, will it be a dragon, But this is a Kobold Shaman. So 2018 takes it for red. Let's go in to the green one. Mario, Elfheim Elite, that's the new one. The 2018 one, Avatar of Growth. So, 4 mana free legendary Elf Warrior. Whenever it attacks, it gets +X on turn, where X is the number of elves you control. And Mario can basically unblock itself, So, okay. And what I mean by that is basically, even if Imaro gets blocked, you can have it so that Imaro will deal the damage through, This could replace Azuri as a elves commander. So, because, War doesn't do the trample, but this one's gonna get really big because you're gonna have so many elves, on the battlefield. And then a trick you could do with this is that basically you attack with it, and even blocking it, they'll try block it, does nothing because you can you can have the damage go through even if they block it. So blocking it, they're only gonna do it so then they can kill your creature, because if they don't do it to kill your creature, you can actually let the damage go through if you wish. Unless if you want to kill the creature, you know? But then like you can like choose to kill the creature or let the damage go through. Yeah. Basically like almost unblockable, you know? Selective unblockable, really, if you think about it, but yeah. So it's unchump blockable, you know? And could actually one-shot or two-shot players in the Elves tribal deck. However, we got Avatar of Growth. 6 mana 4/4 elemental avatar with spell costs 1 less to cast for each opponent you have. So at least it's gonna be a 5 mana card, you know? Trample, when to battlefield, each player searches a library for 2 basic lands, put them onto battlefield, then shuffles. Now, if it's a 5-pot game, you know? So basically this is gonna be this is like 5 mana at least, but it's only gonna be really 3 mana. But your opponents are also ramping, you know? Everyone's getting ramp, so it's not really ramp at all. It's just everyone's accelerating 2 turns. So you know, this will mean that if someone would get set back, yourself, for example, like, then with this, then that means someone's gonna fall really far behind in the game, you know, just by 1 turn of not playing land. 1 turn, and then in that turn, that's when they're doomed, you know. So basically, Avatar of Growth could really mess things up, but this could be a 2 mana 4/4, you know, in a 5-player game with no one dying, and then get the 2 mana back. But they're also getting mana. It's trample, but then after that, nothing else when it's about. It's just gonna be a CMC sits 4/4 with trample, you know, versus a 4 mana 3/3 that will get stronger easily, which and almost unblockable. So you can basically 1-shot or 2-shot players with this trick, you know. So I think 2022 takes it for green. So, alright. So we got 2 points for 2022 and 3 points for 2018. So, we can, I think, without checking the set number, you know, or, you know, the other cards, without checking the other cards, we can probably see that 2018 is better than 2022 when it comes to the cards. But we're going to the 2019. Let's see if 2019 cards are actually better than 2022 cards. Let's go into number 5. And it is... Oh, wait, no. Breaking the action. Alright, so here's the thing. Previously we did it in Wooburg order. Now we're doing it in the alphabetical order of the 2019 cards. So, let's go into the black one. 2019 versus 2022. So we got Vogar versus Calculating Lich. So here's the thing with this. Calculating Lich is the other Game Night mythic to have actually been reprinted, you know. This was reprinted in the Commander Legends Baldur's Gate commander decks. So we already know what Vogar does, but Calculating Lich is a 6 mana 5/5 zombie wizard with menace. Whenever a creature attacks one of your opponents, that player loses 1 life. So basically it can potentially help creatures divert away from you and hit the opponents, you know? Because those players will actually start losing more life. So basically, like, all the weenie decks would gain like double value, you know? You can, if you're playing a zombie tribal and you have this in your deck, like, even if you are attacking someone, they'll be losing extra life just by being attacked. It's not if an opponent's creature will attack another opponent, you know? Even your own. You have 2/2 zombie tokens probably in this deck. And also, not just that, you're gonna also, the opponent probably there will probably be a white deck as well that will have weenies and other stuff, you know, and it will be attacking the opponents. And then they'll probably like with 5/1/1s, that's gonna be 10 life, you know. With 1/5/5, that's only 6 life, you know. But then like but then with this is a but yeah, Calculating Lich has menace as well, and the thing is that Vogar is good with removals. Calculating Lich, well, it's just one card that you can put in your deck that will help you you know, protect yourself against it will just protect you from creatures as well, and also boost your own attacks. So yeah, this is actually kind of tough. Vogar has a really good ability, not really good as a commander, unless if it, you know, as a removals commander, board wipes and like almost Voltron, you know. It's kind of good. But you can always use, like, there's better black commanders for stacking counters on it, you know? So I think 2019 takes it for black. So, yeah. Because, you know, it already is, you know, actually proven to be a good card because it actually got a reprint, you know? And plus, it actually has really cool interactions that you can do with this. So, let's go in to green. Alright, so we got Imaro. Elf Hamilate is a new one, and Earthshaker Giant is a 2019 one. So, you know what Imaro does, but Earthshaker Giant, 6 mana, 6/6, giant druid with trample. Who enters battlefield, overrun. Yes, this is basically what this card does. It's basically overrun, but you pay 1 extra mana, and then you have a 6/6 with trample that will start attacking the other turns. If, you know, if it all backfires and you don't actually kill the opponents with the overrun that turn, you can actually keep on. You can actually you still have a 6/6 with trample. This is actually an alternative to overrun. And instead of being a sorcery, you know, and plus it's probably easier to cast, unless if you're playing, you know, mono green, because overrun is 2 and 3 greens. This is 4 and 2 greens. So you have to pay less green mana and more generic mana, but I mean it's a bit more expensive, but the color fits thing is a bit better on this, and it is actually a creature that can keep on attacking afterwards if you don't land the kill with overrun. Imaro can also be a win con itself, but then Azuri also exists that basically overruns your elves, you know. Earthshaker Giant, okay. Imaro can do some one shots and stuff, and it's actually a good one. Earthshaker Giant doesn't require a tribal deck to do it. Any green deck can pull out a win like that, you know? I think 2019 takes it for green this time. So, let's go into the red. And it is Nogi Dracozelot. That's the new one, you know this one. But then we got Fiendish Duo, 2019 card. 6 mana, 5/5 devil with first strike. And if a source will deal damage to an opponent, it deals double that damage. Okay. Does not create the tokens, but this is actually better. That not only does 2019 take it, that is straight up takes it. 2019, though, this one is better than the 2018 one. Look at this. This is 6 mana as well. 5/4 instead of being a 5/5. Creates you like probably like 3 goblins, which isn't really much. But you have to pay 4 mana for only your own things to deal double damage to opponents and tap the creature. This is a static effect. All damage, no matter if it not doesn't even matter if it's yours. If something hits an opponent, it's gonna double it. So, so 2019 is gonna take it for this one. So yeah, let's just go in to number 2. We got the white one, and it is Zamriel, Seraph of Steel, and Highcliff's Felidar. So Zamriel, but 2019 we got Highcliff Felidar, 7 mana, 5/5 with Vigilance, and when to battlefield, select their biggest creature. Select each opponent's biggest creature, and destroy them. And if there's a tie, you can choose. Of course, but you basically wipe out everyone's threat except for your own. So you can. So this is actually, but the thing is, you cannot like choose a creature. You choose the strongest one. Maybe the threat isn't always the strongest one. Now Zamriel is actually good for attacking. This is a bit more of a defense card for white, and plus it's not even 100% defense. So let's just So I think this time 2019 is gonna take it. No. Sorry, I meant 2022 is gonna take it. Yeah, 2019 is not gonna take it for white. So yeah, 2022 takes it for white. Let's go into the number 1, the blue one, final one, and it is alright. We got Maeve versus another Sphinx. Sphinx of Enlightenment, 6 mana, 5/5 Sphinx with flying. When it's battlefield, a target opponent draws a card and you draw 3. So here's the thing. Okay, so let's go into the 2018 Sphinx. This is Inspired Sphinx, 7 mana, 5/5 that will draw you 3 cards. Draw you like about 3 cards. This is a 6 mana, 5/5 that no matter how many opponents you have, you're drawing 3 cards, and you select one opponent to draw a card. Well, it does not have the activated ability, but it's cheaper. Now the thing is, so you cannot spam Thopters with Sphinx of Enlightenment, and you're actually gonna have to let someone draw a card, but it's cheaper than the other Sphinx. And I mean, so I don't know if the 2022 one's gonna take it this time. Yeah, but well, I think Sphinx of Enlightenment is either probably the same as Inspired Sphinx, or maybe a bit better, but could be worse. But I think 2019 is gonna take it for blue. So the thing is, that basically this one, the 2022 one, is worse compared to 2019 than it was compared to 2018. So you see, only the white one was better in 2022 than in 2019. The rest are better the older ones. And then when you compare it to the 2018 one, it was white and green. And but then the other ones, it was white and green, and the other ones were better in 2018. So I really don't think the new one's gonna be worth it, unless they make some other card. But the thing is, this is only what we see from the first 5 cards. Because check this, the 2019 one had 64 cards in the card list. The 2018 one had 68 cards in the card list. Now, what do you see from the 2022 one? 100 236 cards, which means we're gonna get more cards probably. We're gonna get probably more decks, even larger decks probably, or color combinations even. And yes, maybe they're gonna be commander, but we don't expect them to be commander. This is game night. Game night is supposed to be for beginners. It's basically like beginner Magic, like because they're like almost like beginner decks, but built for multiplayer. So you basically just after school, just go to your house and just hang out with your friends and just play some dollar shop commander basically. Well, it's not even commander. It's like just you're just playing some normal Magic with 4 of your friends, and it's gonna be a fun time. So if you're specifically looking for cards, then basically you can just get the you can basically if you're looking for cards, just get the 2018 one or the 2019 one. Don't get the 2022 one unless if you're looking for commander specifically. But so the different that's a different thing. This one has legendary creatures. The older ones doesn't. But here's another thing. If you're looking for gameplay, anything is fun. You can choose whichever of the 3, and probably the new one's a bit better, but it doesn't matter, right? You can play with this one, you can play with the 2019 one or the 2018 one. You can even mix it up if you want. You can even add in Plane Chase in there if you want, or Explorers of Ixalan. Turn this into an archenemy, and see if 4 players can take down 1 or 3 players. Yeah, usually it's with 3 players, but or even just or yeah, you can just or even use these cards for commander as well, because these cards are really good for multiplayer. So these are some that you can add in commander, or even mix and match, or team up and do some 2-head giant with those decks. It's all up to you. It's game night, really. So just grab some friends, play play some game night. Like this video, subscribe, follow, use code Dante Snake on Fatal Grips for 10% discount, and also you can stay tuned and make sure when this comes out is October. It will be on October 17th, 2022 when this comes out. So mark this date on your calendar, and if you want to buy this. But in the meantime, you can actually play the 2018 one or the 2019 one with your friends until the new one comes out if you want. And if you're enjoying the older one, you don't even need to buy the new one. You can just enjoy those cards and enjoy playing Magic with your friends. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and bye.